Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sharielle if you're new, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back. As you see in the title, this has to be talked about, and it's the fact that women, we need to stop praising boyfriends. And I'll get into my 4 points after my intro. I don't know what it is about millennials and Gen Z, but it feels like everything has been taken to the max. Everything is extreme, and it especially applies to when somebody gets a man and they don't know how to act. From people tattooing their boyfriend's actual face on their actual face to,
and my man, thank you to my man.
to promise rings instead of engagement rings when you've been with somebody for years. Things are not adding up, and I'm seeing women do the most for men that are doing the least. And I understand it's fun having a man, it's nice to have a man, but at the same time, women are going overboard, and that takes me to my first point, because it seems like this is honestly a fantasy and it's fabricated. And my first point is, what's so great about him? For real. The thing that's often a woman's superpower is also her downfall, and that's how hard we love. We put our all into who we're with. We want to nurture them. We want to, sometimes you guys provide for them, letting them drive your car while you're at work. There's a lot of things that women do that it's like, you need to take it easy because you really don't know him yet. And I'm just seeing this culture that women are blinded by the gifts. They're blinded by the vacations, the dinner dates, the cute selfies together, cuddling, and all the other things. And it's like, all that put aside, when it comes to who this man really is as a person, is he even valuable to you? Does he make your life better? Is he truly an asset? And we have to start thinking like that, because women are just so obsessed with having a man, and whether he's cute or not, has money or not, it's just the fact that you have one. Women are becoming so obsessive, and you almost inflate who the man really is. So he'll have a job and you're acting like he's Superman. Or I'm just seeing that men just have the bare minimum and are giving the bare minimum, and women are just so excited to receive crumbs. They're like, yes, he texts me back, he FaceTimes me, he does this and that. It's like, okay, but as a man, who is he? Does he help you? Does he inspire you? Does he encourage you? You guys have to also take the sexual stuff aside as well, because a lot of you guys are just so obsessed and demonetized, which you shouldn't be in the first place, but you're already there. And it's just to a point where women are exaggerating how good their relationship actually is and how good their man actually is. And half of you guys don't even really know your man. You don't know how he is when he's not around you, and you don't know him as a person, because this generation moves so fast. It's all about, I want a title, I want this, I want that. But at the end of the day, he's just your boyfriend, and it wasn't that hard to become your boyfriend, because all he had to do was ask. All he had to do was take you out a few times. He didn't even really earn you or earn anything. So when it comes to this point of what's so great about him, reel it back and look at him from a perspective of, if you guys weren't together and you didn't have feelings for him and he was just a rando on the street, how would you truly feel about him? Because oftentimes women are gassing their man, and he's really not all that. And I'm not talking about looks or salary. I'm just saying, as a person, women are just so excited to have a man that they're making this man something that he's not. He's not that great most of the time. And to go back to what I just talked about earlier, you may not have even been together that long. That is my second point. How long have you been together? A lot of women are praising men that they've known for 2 to 6 months. It's easy to have a mask. It's easy to be the perfect guy when you haven't known them that long and you haven't been together that long. Real things haven't happened yet. And that's where I'm seeing women are becoming so infatuated. They're so obsessed. They're so happy. And it's like, he could be playing a role and you have no idea. Just like the woman that was in the TikTok series, Who the F Did I Marry? She was so desperate to have a man that she didn't even pick up on all the lies and different things he was doing, allegedly. and they got married super quick. And I'm seeing that with a lot of women. It may not be marriage, but you hop in a relationship super quick, then you get pregnant super quick, and now you guys are together. Oftentimes I'm seeing women have multiple babies for men, no ring. And I get marriage isn't the goal for everybody, but I don't see a benefit of being somebody's baby mother several times over. And there's no, at least legal benefit to it, because when you have that many kids with someone, you need to have some type of life insurance plan or some type of policy that if your partner passes, you get money or something for your children's sake. Once you bring children into this, it actually gets more serious. And not only am I seeing women have all these babies for a boyfriend, I'm also seeing women who may not even have had the person's child, but they're with them for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years with a man and no ring in sight.
So let me show y'all something, world. I just proposed to my girl.
10 years,
We've been together.
10 years.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. Just sitting here looking at it.
You in the car, you ain't put no thought into it. You ain't taking me out to dinner, nothing, flowers, nothing. Just this ring.
But you said you wanted to be married.
I don't want it.
I went out and bought this ring.
5 years ago.
And like I said, I get every woman doesn't want to be married, but if you are a woman who truly desires to be married, if he doesn't marry you by year 3 and you verbalize that you desire to be married, he doesn't want to marry you. And I know that stings, but it's like you guys are with these men, you're praising them, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. If a man knows you want to be married, why does he keep taking you on vacation? Why do you guys just keep hanging out, cuddling, watching Netflix, doing all this other stuff? But where's my ring? Where's the ring? You guys been together for this long. What are we doing here? What kind of plans does this man have for you? Even if it hasn't reached the 3-year mark, what are the plans you're seeing that he's incorporating you guys together? In what ways is he showing that he's serious about you? This is much more than spending time. This is like a man implementing you into what he's trying to do with his life. In dating for fun, like, you can do that in your early 20s, but once you get to mid 20s, 30s, like, we have to have a game plan here. And it's not about pressing a man, but men do what you allow, number one. And number two, they also do what they truly desire. So if a man doesn't want to marry you, he's not going to propose, or he may drag it out for a long time. So really think about it. How long have I been with this man? What has he really done for me? And what plans does he have for me? These boyfriends are getting all this praise, but they're not making you into a wife, and that's where I see the problem. Nobody wants to be a longtime girlfriend, a professional fiance. Nobody wants to do that. Like, after 1 or 2 years of being engaged, the wedding should be happening, and that's being generous with the time. And a lot of times you guys are moving in with them too, so you're playing house, you're washing their dirty drawers, you're cooking dinner, you're wiping down the countertops and cleaning the kitchen. Where's my ring? You guys have to stop praising them just because they come home to you at night. That's not enough. Where's the ring? For real. Where's the ring? And my third point that a lot of women may not realize is, are you his ideal choice? This is something I really want you to think about. A woman's loyalty is often tested when a man has nothing. And a man's loyalty is often tested when he has everything. You see this with celebrities. A celebrity will be on the come up, have a wife, have a girlfriend, and then when he gets famous and he gets money and access, what does he do? He dumps the first wife and then he gets his dream girl. And I'm not gonna show examples, but use your mind and think about a few people that have done that. A lot of men are in relationships out of convenience because they know, if I wife this girl, a lot of you guys are giving them your cat, number one. A lot of you guys are cooking for them. You guys tend to let them move in. Now you're splitting bills, you know? And I'm not judging. I'm just saying this is what's happening in the culture today. This is the boyfriend praising culture. And they're getting all this access to you. They're getting to lock you down without locking you down with a ring. So you're filing your taxes as single, but you're acting like you're married and you're not. And this is why I'm listing all this stuff, because women give all this, and then you may not even be his first choice or who he truly desires. There's so many times where I've seen women post their relationships on social media, bragging about their boyfriend, showing where they're going. And then I see this couple in real life and their boyfriend is breaking their neck and looking at me. So it's like, once again, fabricating what it really is. Are you really his first choice? This is why you shouldn't praise him, because you don't know what this man's really thinking about, what's really in his heart. He may still be in love with an ex. He still may be in love with his child's mother, an ex-wife. This man, if he had the opportunity to make more money, to move to his dream place, would he still be with you, or would he drop you like a bad habit? Any man can act right in Arkansas with a low income. And I'm not saying people in Arkansas have a low income. I'm just saying if you're in the Midwest, you're geographically where not much is going on. It's a little easier to be faithful because, you know, there's not much going on around here. There's not certain women that look a certain way. So we're praising these boyfriends thinking they love us so much, but you don't know what he'd do if he got a bag. What would he really do? He might move away, block you, and never see you again, and then get a girl that he actually really wants. So you have to be certain that you're actually a woman that he likes. You're actually his type. You're ideal. He would choose you even if the circumstances were different. You know what I mean? So let's be a little more realistic with who we're with and what they would really do. Because you get a man, you get in this fantasy world, and then it's just your brain turns to mush. I'm seeing that with women. And this is something even deeper that a lot of us may not reflect upon. And it's my last point, which is the problem with making a man your world. Even though we're in like this new revolution, which I don't think is good, of women acting like men and moving like men, and acting heartless, women are still, the root of that is just not wanting to be played and also having heartbreak. And a lot of the times, because we invest so fast into a man emotionally, physically, even some people financially, your world ends up crashing down when the man disappoints you, cheats on you, or leaves you. And that's because you built your whole entire world, your whole entire life around him once you guys got together. A lot of women will put off their career, which with the right man it's okay, but not with just some regular boyfriend. A lot of women will put off their personal goals. A lot of women don't even take care of themselves like they used to because they're so engulfed in their relationship and having a man. And a lot of the times women think it's because their man is so amazing and they love them so much, but it's just because women are obsessed with being in a relationship. And the reason for that is because a lot of women are insecure. A lot of women have low self-esteem. All of us deal with insecurities too. And a lot of women aren't really satisfied with themselves or their lives. And we ignore that by hopping into the next relationship. Instead of healing from the first one or taking a breather to focus on ourselves, we're going from this relationship to that relationship to this relationship. And I know this to be true because I'll see on social media, a woman will be like, oh, I've been single for 3 months. I've been single for 6 months. I've been single for a year. That's really not that long in the grand scheme of your life. And it's like, why do you want to be in a relationship anyway? Are you even ready? The point of being in a relationship is to have two whole people come together, not your half and half, like you're my other half. Like, no, we're supposed to be whole when we come together. And a lot of women are hopping in from one relationship to another to distract themselves, to ignore what they really need to do for themselves, and to get lost into another man. Some women are hopeless romantics, and you build and structure your whole life around this man. You introduce him to your kids too soon, and that's how you end up your world crashing down, because human beings, like I said, will disappoint you. So somebody that's your partner, that you spend all this time with, that you communicate with all the time, will disappoint you. And because you're so obsessed with them and you built everything around them and they matter so much, now you have your whole entire day, you're having a bad day just because you're having, a little spat, a little issue with your man. It shouldn't be like that. Your relationship should not be interfering with your work. Your relationship should not be taken away from you and your me time. And your relationship should not be keeping you from your friends. A lot of women ditch their friends when they get a man. And don't get me wrong, when I get a man, of course, I'm going to be with my man more, but I'm not going to just ditch my friends and act like they don't exist. And then when you break up with your boyfriend, now you want to go back to your friends. That shows you don't have emotional intelligence and you're a little too obsessed. Like, you should still have a balance of relationship, friendship, family. You shouldn't just ditch everybody and everything just because you have a man. And to end this point, I wrote down a little monologue, and I want to make sure that I read it the way I wrote it because it's very important. And this is not to be harsh, but I want us to love ourselves as women. So I wrote this down. Many women are desperate to not be single. They go from one relationship to the next with no breaks in between, all because they don't want to be alone. This obsession is portrayed as being deeply in love with their partner, but it's actually the unquenched thirst to be claimed and entertained. Because if said relationship obsessed woman were single, she now has to face herself. All the traumas, the low self-esteem, the poor self-image, etc. that she's been running from, always being with somebody's son. So that's my little rant, or whatever you want to call it. This is my video about not praising boyfriends, because at the end of the day, it's not hard to be somebody's boyfriend. You're not legally bound. They can leave anytime they want. We have to stop giving husband treatment and privileges to boyfriends. And I'm not the originator of this. I learned this from Tony Gaskins. So if you don't know him and you got to the end of this video, check him out. But yeah, let's stop praising the bare minimum. We have to stop doing that. So if you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, you can subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching once again. You are appreciated.